Hey, what's up, everyone? Eric here from Producer Dudes, and I got my co-founder, Kaylin.
Yes, Kaylin. Yeah. We are here to check out a really sweet amp, and we have our friend Andrew Dykes with us.
What up?
He hit us up, and he was like, man, I got this really cool amp. There's not a lot of content on YouTube about it. I'm actually getting asked questions now that I own one. Like, hey, can you do demos of this? And so he reached out to me and Eric to see if we'd be willing to help him out. And we said no.
They did say no at first.
No, we were down to help him out. We haven't put out a video in a while, so this will be a good one to get us back up and going.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, why don't you tell us a little bit about the amplifier we'll be listening to today?
Well, the amp we're listening to today is actually going to be a older Moss Kraken. There's not a lot of info out there. The site for these is non-existent anymore. There's no customer support.
That sucks.
Yeah, if something goes wrong, I'm stuck with it, but that's okay. Basically, in the early 2000s to 2010, these amps were really famous in the post-hardcore scene. You could see bands like The Almost, Under Oath, The Chariot, Every Time I Die. A bunch of these bands had these around. And it was really popular, and it was really well toured with, and there was a lot of different variations. They always did custom work. So you may see some out there that have different plexiglass fronts, different knob configurations, but essentially they're all the same amp with slight tweaks to the preamp section.
Very cool. Yeah, and we were jamming on it a little bit before we got this up and going, because I had heard of them just mainly through you and through those bands, but I had not played on one personally until it was like an hour ago.
Yeah.
And it sounds pretty dang good.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
For me, it'd be like, it reminds me, the form factor of it reminds me of like I said earlier, a PV.
Yeah.
But it's like I had a child with my favorite Mesa channel, which is the orange channel 2 of any dual rec.
Yeah.
And there's just enough sag that I'm comfortable playing with it.
Yeah.
But it's tight enough also that I could do stuff that I couldn't do on an AC30.
Oh, for sure.
Well, and that's the bright side, is even with the gain really low, you still have a really tight tone, but you have tons on tap, where you could do anything you wanted to with it, really.
And it cleans up really well. I pulled my volume back, and I was like, this clean channel is really good, and I forgot my volume was down. He's like, you're still on the drive channel, bro.
That's a good, that means the dynamic response is really good.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, like with PVs, I'm not as big of a fan of. It's like, it's all or nothing. It's really compressed, and it doesn't necessarily have that dynamic response that you might find in a gain channel like a Mesa or something.
Yeah.
So this kind of seems to have best of both worlds. So let's check it out. We're gonna play both the main lead channel, and we'll show the clean side of things just because why not? It's on there, and it's actually pretty impressive for a more gain centric amp. So
we'll be using 3 different guitars. We'll be using my Reverend Jetstream.
we'll be using my Balaguer BB Thicket Deluxe,
and we will be using my 79 Les Paul Standard.
Nice.
So let's hear these betas.
Let's do it.
hot diggity damn sauce.
I think it's pretty freaking good, man. Sounded awesome. I was super stoked on it. And there's a lot of things to like about it as far as not only the gain channel, but the clean. That was a nice surprise. That was pretty cool.
Yes.
Overall, it's a very awesome amp that kind of covers all the tones that really got me into music. And it's just all in one package, and that's what I love about it.
For sure. And we didn't say it at the head of the video, but we did put a pedal in the effects loop. You talk about it.
We put the Seymour Duncan Dark Sun, which is the Mark Holcomb signature delay reverb pedal. I literally had not even I opened it when we got here. This is the first time me trying it personally. I just ordered it based upon everything I'd seen online, and man, that thing sounded damn good.
I'm sorry that I played it before you.
It's okay. No, it was cool that I was able just to listen to it and be like, man, this sounds great. You know, so I was stoked. That was a nice kind of additional thing that we kind of threw on there last minute, like, oh, how would this sound? And it sounded really, really good. So we're stoked on that for sure.
Yeah, that was absolutely a killer thing to just have just a little bit more, add a little bit of space to it.
But yeah, like I would say one thing that was really cool, it's mainly in both what you guys did, was the dynamic response. We talked about it a little bit before, but really how well the volume knob cleaned it up and gained it up. So even if you're a guitar player, especially playing a heavier genre, and you didn't even want to necessarily mess with the clean channel, you could easily roll the volume knob back and it'd clean up.
Or do what he did with your neck pickup being...
Yeah, I just had a neck pickup volume.
You have channel switch at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point. That's what that was initially for on the Les Paul anyway. It was to basically have two different sounds. We can change the volume controls and to use that as like your channel switch, essentially. And it works really great with that amp for sure.
Yeah.
So, man, it nailed, like, a lot of, like you said, a lot of tones that I grew up listening to and loving. Like a lot of those bands you mentioned, I really like those bands and liked a lot of the tones that they got. So that's super cool to experience them through that amp and in person. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So can anyone reach you if they have any questions about the amp, if they want to figure out where they could buy one?
Yeah. If you want to buy one, that's good luck. I've been looking for this amp since about 2011. And this is the first one I've seen pop up for sale, and I don't know when. Like I said before, if it ever breaks, it may be for sale. But if you have any questions about the amp, for sure, hit me up. You can find me on Facebook for sure. I'll gladly answer any questions I can. But
and maybe we can put like your Facebook link.
Yeah, you can put my Facebook link in the thing,
show notes or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be perfectly fine. Yeah, just hit me up if you have any questions about it. The only thing is, I will not let you borrow it. So.
Well, thanks for letting us use it in your presence.
Yeah, there we go.
No problem, guys.
Yeah, and this is a guy who has owned every amp out there almost. So if he says it's good, I guarantee it's good. So awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe it. What was your favorite sound? What guitar did you like with it best? Let us know, and hit the little notification bell. When we create more content, you'll be the first to know. So thanks for watching, guys. You have a great day.
I felt like to make you feel like
I felt like I had to, man. I had to.